Greetings, Starseeds and Lightworkers. Ava here, and today we have a question, a really interesting question from one of our viewers, and they say, I have been aware of the guidance of the Pleiadians in my life for many years now. Much of what they have told me has come to pass. I feel that I'm approaching a time when I will be able to shapeshift, but truthfully, I'm afraid both of embracing this power and of not being able to achieve it. I can understand that. What is some advice you have for increasing my vibration and capacity to the next level in a safe way? Thank you. So this question I feel like is relevant for all of us, specifically in how to increase your vibration and capacity. And, as we begin to turn on our DNA and activate and all these things and begin to come more online, so to speak, in our form, as we reactivate all these DNA strands, it's like there can be a little bit of fear there, or a little bit of unfamiliarity of what that power looks like or feels like and how to really be responsible with it. So I think I love this question. I think it's really relevant to our audience here. So thank you so much for it. Those of you who are new here, welcome. And I'm going to go ahead and go out and put you in touch with the Pleiadians. So here we go. Greetings, this is DiYeena of the Pleiadian Family, you see, and we are here to bring the love, you see, bring the love. And we have such compassion for this question, you see, because so many of you are in this same boat, you see, of maybe knowing that you are very powerful and knowing that there is this allure, there is this desire, this it's like the forbidden fruit almost, so to speak. And maybe this is not the best example, but we use it, you see. But there is this something very seductive about activating and going into the 5D frequency and turning on the DNA and all these things and accessing the powers, all your nadis, the secret powers of the human form, you see, and the capacity, you see. And at the same time, many of you are fearful of it at the same time. So you are most afraid of yourself. You're most afraid of your own power, you see. And so it keeps a lot of you from progressing or from going down the path in a full way, you see, or really giving a lot of attention to it, you see. You just kind of sit back on the sidelines and maybe take a little bit of a sip here and there, and then let that little sip be all you do, really, to really activate, you see, and really to move into this new frequency. It's not like something that you're spending 12 hours a day activating and turning on and doing all the things. Maybe there's a handful of you that are doing that and are really dedicating your entire life to it, you see. Perhaps, but most likely not, you see, other things, you see, to do as well. But it really, for many of you, it is really becoming a hindrance, this fear piece. So this is really the piece that needs to be addressed, you see, is the part that feels fearful, that feels afraid, because fear is here to keep you in the state of the ego in the safety, you see, and it protects, you see, and it has its role. But in the case of the upgrade and where you are headed, you see, there is nothing to fear. You see, there is nothing to fear. And I know that it is not really that helpful for a Pleiadian to just come and tell you that. You see, it has to be something that you experience. We understand this, you see. But to really be rest assured, at least, you see, that there is nothing to fear, that this is all part of you just remembering deep parts of yourself, you see. And maybe not focusing so much on the powers, not focusing so much on the what you can do in this new frequency, what you can achieve, what can be created, all these things. Maybe not really worry so much about the outcomes and the achievements that can become from the turning on, from the activation, from the upgrade, from the ascension process, but focusing more on looking at it through a slightly different lens, where you are just being a little bit curious about these pieces of yourself that have been long forgotten and lost. So it is more, think of it more like a little scavenger hunt, you see. As you are going around picking up these little pieces and these little clues and remembering and finding these little parts of yourself, you see. And so making it feel like a little bit of a homecoming each time you have a little bit of peace come home to yourself, you see. And it's a little bit more of the turning on and the reclaiming of your own light and your own power. That is what's happening. But think of it differently if that's going to help you to not be in the fear around it, you see. Because it does not do you any good if you are just feeling like, oh, I'm getting more powerful. I'm getting more powerful. Things are happening. You see, things are happening. Oh, what do I do with this power? I'm so afraid of this power. I'm so fearful of it, you see. And what will happen? See, if that is the relationship with yourself, that is really not it's not serving you. You see, so we have to shift it and come back more to the basics of how can you be in a right relationship with yourself, where you are feeling the power of love for yourself. You are feeling loving toward yourself, and it is feeling like a long lost lover. You see, coming back after many years and seeing them for the first time, or something like this, or a long lost child. You see, or this reunion of someone or somebody that you love very deeply and dearly. Imagine it like that, where you are having that reunion. You see. And it's a reunion with yourself, you see, because it is pieces of yourself that you have known before. These are pieces of yourself that are not that foreign. They are simply just forgotten and lost, you see, in this particular reality. It is okay, you see. So it is simply, we're just pulling back the pieces, you see, to ourselves and coming home. It is just so simply coming home, you see, coming home. You come home, you open the door, you close the door, you turn on the lights, right? So think of it so simple like that, you see. Maybe light a little fire in the fireplace, you see. And just enjoy the warmth, enjoy the feeling of what it means to rest inside yourself, to rest in the fullness of yourself. It is a very beautiful feeling, you see. And so the power then is not this power that you are used to feeling in the sense of the word power. It can feel softer than that, you see, and have just as much oomph to it, so to speak. So think of it in a different way, and it does not really allow for that frequency of fear, because there's nothing to be afraid of. It is like a Christmas morning in that case, you see. It has a very warm and cozy and inviting and just very, very happy feeling, you see, as you begin to bring these pieces in, you see. And when you are coming from love, there is no way to abuse the quote-unquote power that comes from knowing yourself. You see, it is simply a deeper knowing of who you are, a deeper knowing of love, and a deeper trust in love. And so that is what is unfolding, you see. So there's nothing to fear. You see, so it is simply being okay with yourself and really allowing yourself to remember who you are, and to just pull back those pieces. So we hope that this way of relating to how you go through this ascension process can feel a little bit safer, less fearful, and more doable, you see. So that it really does feel it takes the pressure off a little bit, you see. Isn't that fascinating? Isn't that lovely, you see? And it just switches the energy quite a lot. It's just like watching the snowfall, maybe the very first snowfall on the Christmas morning, and having your little cup of hot chocolate, you see. Just watching the snowfall versus being in the middle of a blizzard and maybe not even being inside a doors. You're just outside in the blizzard and it's experiencing the harshness of it, you see. So it's still snow. It is still snow coming, you see. But it is as how you are being with it, you see. So we trust that this is good for you and that it helps, you see. And we will see you again soon very much. We love you dearly, and blessings to you all. I trust that this message was exactly what you needed to hear today. And if you liked it, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends. And thank you for tuning in and being a part of this community. And please, if you haven't already, subscribe, and we will see you all again very soon. Blessings.